Well, hey my fellow video gamers and Let's Players, boy has it been a while since I did this Let's Play. Welcome back to Crash 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and you might be seeing that, hey Jordan, what's that 97% save file you have there with like everything in the game? Well, in my downtime, or at least I can say like as of probably like maybe a month ago, I actually decided to play through Crash 2 to see if I can actually beat the game, and turns out I could beat the game. And I did basically 100%, and I did not turn analog on. Okay, that's much better. Now I can actually move along with the analog stick, but before we do anything in this episode, I'm going to be going back into digging it and showing you the rest of the level, because I do remember at the end of the last episode, even though it was back in like May, I didn't actually show the end of it because I accidentally went into the secret warp. So I'll be right back. Now, I'm not exactly sure if I showed this off in the last episode, but if you actually somehow managed to get on top, never mind. What I was about to say is if you somehow manage to jump on all of those, you can get up to a secret area right there where I believe there's 3 lives, but of course I failed it. And we are back to where we were. Now, I swear if I die right here, I'm going to be a little mad. I did actually forget to start the timer, but if I do remember that the rest of this level is actually pretty short, because that warp is basically at the end of the level. We got these guys right here, and I probably can just quickly speed past these, and oh my god, for some reason, it feels like there's something in my throat, and I do not like that, because, especially as a commentator, that is not good. Okay, now that I cleared my throat, yeah, that was basically the level, and yes, I did miss a few boxes. If you want to know, those boxes you get from doing the death path, and then after doing the death path, you have to walk backwards on the regular path to get the rest of the boxes. I am definitely not doing this in this Let's Play, but I did do that when I was playing to do 100%, so that is something. Now, yes, we don't have all those crystals, but I did show you the rest of that level. Now it's time for Cold Hard Crash. Oh god. So this level right here, I may have mentioned it in the previous episode, I have no idea because it has been so long since I've actually recorded this game, mostly because of a rage quit, which the rage quit was not in this level, it was actually in the next level, but Cold Hard Crash to some is considered one of the hardest levels in the game, not because of like gameplay wise, but actually because of just certain little things, that certain little thing being let's just say there's a lot of backtracking you have to do in this level to get all the boxes, which I did all that. I mean, I didn't do it on one, like, successful attempt like some people can, because I did not feel like doing that. But let's say that, there's a death path in this level also. Are we, like, in the box? That was kind of weird. But, there is a death path in this level, and what you have to do is you have to travel through that death path. You have to hit a certain box, and hitting that, well, one of those steel crates that activate certain boxes. You have to hit that, and then you have to go to the beginning of the death path route to get that one box, and then go all the way back to collect the gem, where in all honesty, like, personally, you're supposed to do this weird thing where you're supposed to collect the gem, but also not, like, I don't know, like, go down because you might miss a whole bunch of boxes. So I think what they want you to do is they want you to, like, go through the entire level, get a whole bunch of boxes, and then backtrack all the way back to the death path. Keep in mind, this is all without dying. I mean, I believe you can actually do this if you die, but I think if you stand on the death path platform, I missed that by one timing, okay, whatever. I'm not really timing these right now, so that's why that kind of happens, so I want to see. Is this going to break right now? Yes, it is. I can get that box. Yay. Also, we did have 69 Wampa Fruit for a second, which I guess is kind of funny, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of what to commentate about, but I guess keeping on with, like, the thing I was talking about with Cold Hard Crash, well, I think what they want you to do is they want you to, like, oh, no, I already said that. Hitting the death path platform, once you do that without dying, I believe if you die after that, you are perfectly fine. Like, you can go back to that platform anytime you want. You just have to get to that platform and land on it without dying. I know this pretty firsthand because I've going through, like, other levels in the game and trying to do that. Which definitely, as I can say, is not fun. I mean, it caused a lot of stress. I will say that, the death platform in Cold Hard Crash was definitely not one of the easiest things to do in this game. I died a lot. I mean, eventually I did get it, and let's see if I can get this life before those things blow up. That is great. Luckily, those things do blow up, and that's good, even though I'm not trying to get all the boxes in this, like, Let's Play. So sorry if I do try to go out of my way to get certain boxes. It's kind of, I guess you could say, an impulse, because I'm so used to doing that, even though, like I said, the last time I played through this part of the game was like a year, what am I talking about, a year ago? It was like a month ago, so I might not remember things as much as I once did. So yeah, now, one thing you want to do for the death path, if you actually want to do the death path, You want to save your masks, because if you save your masks, you can actually get an invincibility in the death path. And let's just say there's a whole bunch of nitros in there, so it's very good to actually get that. Now, oh god. I'm not going to show the death path, mostly because I don't want to accidentally go into and get the gem, because then it skips like half the level, and I kind of want to show this. So let's just say that death path, it's a lot of ice. And crap, I spun that life away. I was trying to spin to hit it, but I forgot that if you spin to get a life, you're going to spin the life away so you don't get the life. And I am not used to having this many lives, mostly because while getting 100% in my Let's Play, oh god, somehow I managed not to die there, but then I died there. So that's great. Can I get this? Yes, I can. I didn't even have to kill that guy. Yay. And, I don't know if I've ever really mentioned it, but I'm not a big fan of when you have to go between, like, the 2D and 3D platforms in this one weird level here. It's I don't know, it's just kind of a weird inconvenience, because you're so used to doing one thing, and then all of a sudden... I should have waited. I should have waited for that guy to turn into a porcupine. Well, okay. Now that we're back here, let's wait for this guy to turn into a porcupine, and then we can watch him go back and forth for a while, and then we can spin into him. And in all honesty, I'm not exactly sure why there's a porcupine in the tundra. All the other animals kind of make sense, or what am I saying kind of? They make sense because we have like penguins, and then not really polar bears, but we do have other things, and I probably should have got hit by that, but I didn't somehow. I have no idea, and oh god, a lot of things here. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is a weird part of the level where, like, you have these random 4 steel crates that activate things, and then they just get 4 single boxes. I don't know why that's in the game. It's just there. Okay, oh god. Oh. I was so worried about the nitro. I jumped over it, and then didn't even pay attention to the frickin' penguin. Ah, good move, Jordan. I'm not going to cut back there because we're basically pretty close to where we were. Should I even... Yeah, I can bother getting these because, you know, why not? We can get all the boxes we can because I did mention before that getting these boxes is definitely a good thing because they get Wampa Fruit, and Wampa Fruit gives you extra lives. And if we know anything, we know that I need as many lives as I can get in this game because if I don't have those, I'm going to die, or at least get a game over. And luckily, game overs don't work that bad. I mean, as long as I save right before I'm about to get a game over, I should be fine, but I have no plans on getting game overs anytime soon. I'm going to try it. I'm going to actually try getting that life. I believe I've gotten this life before. Yes, I have. It's actually not all that bad. I mean, it might be bad if you're using the control stick to get that, but if you're using the D-pad, you are perfectly fine. Oh god. This is the hard part. Just keep dashing. Do not worry about the life there. Just dash and you'll be fine. Don't worry about the horrible ice physics. And we are down here. If you want to know, if at the end of the death path, once you get the crystal, no, not crystal, the gem, you would actually end up down here, which is kind of bad because you miss all the boxes that we went through. So that is why this level can be a pain in the butt if you're trying to 100% it. But like I said many times, this Let's Play was never to be 100%. But now it's not exactly first playthrough either, so I'm sorry for that, but that was mostly because I wanted to make sure I could actually beat the game, because what's the point of coming back to this Let's Play if I couldn't beat the game? Like, really? The reason I went on a hiatus is because I thought I was completely stuck, but now that I've actually beaten the game, even though I've died a lot, I think I'm perfectly fine. Even though I did get 100%, and I am never going to try to do that on a Let's Play, because, that would be crazy. Maybe in the future I might stream me doing a 100% playthrough and you're going to see a lot of rage, or at least I'll try not to rage, but rage might actually happen because this game 100% is pretty hard. I mean, it's not as hard as Crash 1. Crash 1 100% is one of the hardest, is like a really hard game to do, but that is because if you die in Crash, oh god, that was really close, because if you die in Crash 1, you lose all the boxes that you had, or actually no, you don't just lose all the boxes, you cannot get the box gem because it just doesn't let you count the boxes if you die, so you have to go through and do that. And yes, this level does have 155 boxes. I don't know what the trend is with the snow levels having an insane amount of boxes. I believe 155 is the most amount of boxes you are going to find in a level. I got the crystal, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Luckily, if you do the death path route, I believe the crystal's on the 3D section, so you don't have to worry about that, but... Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to save right now, because Ruination is the epitome of my life. I don't even know if that's meant to be what I want it to be, but I do not like Ruination, and Ruination does not like me. And it's not even the entire level, it's mostly just from one little section of Ruination. Anyways, let's go. And the one little section just contains platforming that I suck at, because my depth perception in this game really sucks. But now that I have a decent amount of lives, I should be able to go through those a little bit easier. And also, be careful, because yes, they will try to kill you right there, and what the heck? Okay, there's a nitro there. I kind of thought that might have had a little bit of a trick, so that's why I was a little bit cautious. And something I do now actually know is, in the background, you might see like a moving character when you're playing this. I'm not exactly sure, but I remember in Oni Plays this game, or, well, Oni Plays Crash 2 with friends, it actually showed that, and I'm like, you know, I never noticed that. That is actually pretty cool. Can I jump? Yes, I can jump on that monkey. I'm going to get out of the way because I do not want to deal with the monkey anymore. And for some reason, I thought there'd be a checkpoint here, but I think that checkpoint is not in, like, it might be in the first level is what I'm trying to think of, and oh yeah, some of you might be wondering what the point of activating that is. That is actually because you do need that in order to progress, or in order to get all the boxes, you do have to actually activate the nitros. And I am not going to attempt that green gem platform, personally, in my personal How did that hit me? How did that hit me? Okay, well, I guess... Okay, what made me think that was gonna work? Really? Okay, I'm not going to blame the game on that one. That is actually me. I tried doing the same exact thing the last time. I'm like, what the point was that? Anyways, now we can get through there. Home moving platforms. Whenever I see these platforms, I kind of think like, what's a platform? A game without platforms. Which, in all honesty, that Bubsy 3D reference is probably really overused, and I probably should not do that. But whatever. Also, here's just a random thing I wanted to mention. When I was playing through this game, I actually, well, at least the 100% playthrough, I actually decided not to do that. I did not actually decide to do that. That is something I did not decide to do. That was just, I was a little farther off to the edge and I wasn't paying attention. There is a certain way you have to do this, though. You have to, like, get a few of them, or I know what you have to do. You have to hit this, then you have to get to the top of here, and then you have to get to this side, and then ground pound that. Luckily, I kind of did it the wrong way, but you want to make sure you have that 3-1 there, because if you do not have that 3-1 there, you are not going to be able to get all the stuff on the top, but then you can do that. That is it. Oh, 3D in a 2D area. How I do not like you. There we go. Now that we did not accidentally kill ourselves right there, we should be able to get... I was afraid that was going to happen. Note to self, Jordan, slide jump. Slide jump on those platforms. If you don't slide jump, you're gonna hit the top, and you're gonna die. It's funny, because I don't even think this bonus room is that hard. What the heck? I'm just kind of stuck. Can I get out of here? What the heck? Can I, like... There we go. Okay, I was kind of stuck in there. I have no idea how I got stuck, but, or at least I think I do. I guess I was like in the middle of the area, so that's kind of how that happened, and there we go. That's how you do it, Jordan. You're supposed to do that, and then you can get through it. Maybe it's me trying to speedrun this or something, even though I don't think I'm trying to speedrun this. It just might sound like I am. I'm going to skip all those boxes, and these boxes, look at those. I like this music, by the way. I really do like that bonus room music. I must have accidentally pressed up for a second, because that kind of caught me by surprise. I was not expecting that to happen. Also, segueing into something else that caught me by surprise yesterday. So, yesterday, it was just a normal Tuesday, you know, in college. Like, I was still sleeping because my first class doesn't start till 10. So I'm like, you know what? I can sleep for a little bit. And then at like 8:10 in the morning, the fire alarm goes off. That is just great, you know. You're like, oh, great. So I have to grab my sweatshirt quickly because, you know, I obviously don't want to be freezing my butt off because I only had a pair of shorts on. I was lucky I actually had a pair of shorts on because usually I only sleep in my boxers, and that would have been worse out there because it was probably like 30 degrees. It was really cold, and I had to stand outside. And then I'm like, after the whole... Why did I do that? Why did I do that? But after the whole fire drill thing, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna just go back in my bed, go under my comforter because I was a little cold, and just sleep for a little longer. And then the fire alarm went off again. And I'm like, I don't even know, because for some odd reason, the fire alarms in my dorm, or like my dorm area, housing, whatever you want to call it, are, they're very sensitive. So I guess they said that to keep your door closed after taking a shower, because the steam from the door can set off the fire alarm. I'm like, really? I feel like that's just a little bit too sensitive. Like, the steam from a shower shouldn't be setting off a fire alarm. Only smoke should be setting a fire alarm off. Like, I have no idea. Now we're not going to ground pound on those. Oh, God. Is it even worth trying to do this anymore? I'm not exactly sure. I'll give it one more try. Ooh, that was really close. I accidentally, like, just nipped the top of that for a little bit. That kind of gave me a little bit of a scare, but whatever. So let's see. Can I do this and then jump on here and jump up top? There we go. If you do get a little bit of a jump on top of that, you can just jump right over it. And please, let's just do the slight jumping. And then we can jump onto here. There we go. Okay, now I get a few extra lives for that. Luckily, I've mentioned before that dying in a bonus room does not, like, cause you any lives, so that is really great. And, oh, look at that render distance there. Whew. Not the best. I mean, it's kind of doing a weird fade thing, so I guess that's cool. Maybe that's why the level's so dark, because it cannot load all these things, because I think they fixed this in Crash 3, or at least I kind of didn't even notice it until a little bit later. But, because I don't think I actually noticed it until I did the Let's Play of this game. And, oh god, can I jump over this? Yes, I can. Yay. Whew. And an extra Wampa mask? What am I talking about? It is an extra mask. Whew, when we get a checkpoint. But what I was trying to say was, Crash 2 is mostly has, like, narrow corridors. But in Crash 3, it's more open world, and the only level I consider kind of open, is this one. But this one, actually, if you look at it, it's very dark. And that is because it cannot load all this stuff, or at least, I guess, like, the render distance or something. I have no idea, it just does not load correctly, but, oh god. Oh god, I hate this part. I utterly hate this part right here. How many lives do I have? 26? Oh god. I think in my first practice run, I might have lost a few more lives, but in my practice run of this game, I died here a lot because I cannot get these distances correctly. I was surprised I actually made that, and we can jump here, and oh my god. I got that first try. I swear, when I did this, like, for my first playthrough here, or, like, when I was trying to, do this in my Let's Play, that did not work as I wanted it to. I rage quit because I could not make that jump, but I guess I've gotten better at the game? So now it looks like there was nothing for me to complain about. Also, this can be a little tricky because you have to watch out for these logs. Luckily, I can just use some invincibility frames, and we can get that. And see how close we were to the end of the level, too? It's like, geez, and did I get... Okay, I did get the crystal. I do not care if I got all the boxes. We are done with Ruination. In my opinion, one of the hardest levels in the game. By that, I mean one of the hardest levels in the game if you're not trying to go for 100%. If you're trying to go for 100%, it's still a little hard because that green gem pathway is pretty difficult, especially if you're not good at doing those kind of jumps. But anyways, that is about it for this episode of Let's Play Crash 2. I almost said Crash 2 Band of Thieves. That is because I just finished my Let's Play of Sly 2 Band of Thieves, and the way I said Let's Play was a little bit funky. Anyways, in the next episode, we are going to be taking on Behaving, or Behaving, whatever you want to call it. I believe it's Behaving, because if it's Behaving, then it kind of goes with the joke, and if it's Behaving, then they basically missed a really good opportunity for a joke. God, I am not liking my throat today. Anyways, so we'll do that in the next episode, and then we're going to face the next boss, because obviously we have, like, that level, and then we can go to the next warp room, and as you know, in each warp room, there's a boss that we have to fight. So, this has been Juttle Plays saying see you later, and goodbye.